Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. We are streaming live on YouTube. You can listen to us on the go on the Mixlr app. Jake, did you listen to us on the Mixlr app down in wherever you were at?
I tried.
Sailing the seas.
That was Clinton Lake, my friend. Hashtag Lake Life.
Lake Life. Well, I haven't been that part of Clinton Lake.
It's the southern portion. It's pretty exclusive. You really have to know where you're going to get there.
Yeah, well, congrats.
I mean, you can't just get there. You got to fly about 7.5 hours. But, yeah, no, good times.
Yeah. We're broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings, where they had probably the best sales that they've ever had past week or two.
So, yeah. Finally had some markdowns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving furniture out of here. The boss is gone, and things were happening.
Let's say they sold a lot of furniture. There wasn't a lot of sales.
See, I came in here and got some stuff that was marked down 75%.
Yeah,
so it was great.
Yeah. We got some good deals.
Cash and carry.
Yep. Got a recliner for like $25.
We're going downer.
We got Coach Casson. He's coming on later in the show. We're going to talk some Railer baseball. Let's see how they're doing this year. Regionals have to be approaching here shortly. So a little chilly day out there today for some baseball, but
it's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out there. How about the wind? Does it ever stop?
Well, it was pretty windy yesterday.
The wind just never stops.
Blustery.
Never stops.
No, just a constant. Even on a nice day, wind's blowing 100 miles an hour. And I'm out of my kite flying.
Does that upset you?
Yeah, just calm down. The weather needs to calm down a little bit.
All these windmill investors are very happy right now.
Yeah, I think it's the windmills that's got the wind stirred up.
I think I've always said they're giant fans. It just they blow and blow and blow.
You need to turn them down to low.
Yeah.
Go out there and turn them down, Joe.
I mean, it's not that hot today. They could turn them down a little bit.
Yeah, they're moving. They're on the move.
And they're right in your backyard, just
Not far away. Hundreds of them, thousands of them across the land.
you ever sit out on your back deck and just start counting them?
You can't even see them, really. Yeah, they are right there, but you don't even see them.
Yeah, they're not that close.
I see them driving down Woodlawn.
No, that's what I mean. But when you actually get to my house and you sit out back and you look,
He's got trees.
you can't really see them.
Obstacles for these the wiffle ball.
Yeah.
When we do that show from there.
Yeah, wiffle ball tournament, cookout contest. Yeah,
Well, yeah, if we're going to do it, then let's get it done. We got to do that barbecue thing out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next to the pool.
I don't know why we're not doing it.
Jimmy would be in
You
the
guys,
pool.
you guys always back off of it. Scared.
Jimmy needs his mixer
Is-
put right up on the ledge there, and he'll sit in the pool.
You could run on the diving board in your little outfit. Remember the little outfit you wore out there that year swimming? You could wear that again.
A little
You had a little tankini on.
Tankini. Jim and his thong,
Tankini Jim.
his American flag thong, just out there sunbathing.
Nice.
So what are we going to talk today? I mean, well, like I said, we got Coach Caston coming on. Any other sports you want to dabble in? I know Cardinal fans are a little excited right now. On a little winning streak, only a game behind the first place Cubs. So
Tell us about your Cubs.
what do you want to know?
everything. Yeah, tell us all about them. There's Scotty.
Well, they're in first place.
They're in first place. He's got that down. Yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong, man, he's a beast. We're hitting the ball. I think we might be in a little same position as the Cardinals as far as pitching. Our number one of our top pitchers is out for the year. Justin Steele.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you have. But yeah, I mean, it's still early. It's only May, and still a lot of baseball left.
That there is.
It's almost football season.
Yeah,
Coming around.
it's here.
You guys look at any fantasy drafts yet?
No, a little too early for that, Joe. You?
You putting one together already?
Yeah. Should we start working on the
some mock
WLCN
drafts.
Fantasy Football League?
Oh, I wouldn't do it again. It's such a success.
Yeah.
Easily ran.
Yep.
We could have our grand champions come in from previous years.
Right. Was that 1 year? And I think the winner that year was Mr. Jim Ash's son. I think it was rigged.
Was it really? I don't remember. I was gonna say I thought Justin Schmidt took about everything, or maybe that's just regular season winnings.
I don't know. That was years ago. That was back when we were motivated.
We were wait a minute. We had motivation.
Well, we had a little bit.
Oh yeah, you were gonna take this to a whole.
We're taking it to the
nother
next level. We're still working on it.
We've missed a few levels.
Yeah, we got coats
hats.
that Joe ordered for
Some shirts.
women.
I'll tell you what, that's the warmest coat I had. That coat's nice. You guys missed the boat with the coat.
He's not wrong. I have one of the coats. They're nice.
You missed the boat with the
I
coats.
never got a coat.
Yeah, it was nice.
You guys didn't want them because you guys didn't want anything that was blue. You wanted the red and green. Didn't like my colors, remember?
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, you guys didn't like my colors. I thought the color, that's a good-looking coat. A lot of compliments on it. A lot of compliments.
I've never seen you in it.
You can only wear it when it's like below 0.
I'm telling you right now, on the cold, when it's the very, very cold, it's the coat I wear. It's a nice.
It's a nice coat.
Yep. And what else does it have? Those things on the
Got little
sleeves.
thumb holes.
And thumb holes.
You like them thumb holes.
Stops that wind from blowing up into those sleeves.
He just likes big thumbs.
Does he?
And holes.
Is that what he likes?
Hey, speaking of a little bit of football there, do you see old Brock Purdy? 49ers agreed to a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
$265 million.
Wow.
Is he?
Who's he going to throw to?
That's kind of my question. Is he that good? Because, if you go around the NFL, I mean, is he in the top 10?
Probably.
You think so?
There's a lot of bad quarterbacks in the NFL.
Well, he don't have anybody to throw to.
And let's face it, nobody wants that. These teams want to win right now. But nobody wants to bring that rookie in and go,
The
hey,
Niners are in shambles.
and go, hey, we're going to work with this guy for 3 years and try to get good. The Niners aren't going to do that. They got a lot of pressure on them. They need to win right now. So.
Well, the Bears drafted a guy, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And they're saying they're a long shot for the Super Bowl this year.
Well, they'll win another dozen games.
I tell you what.
Probably 14.
You nailed it. 14-3. Jim, you're a Bears fan.
Hey, that was funny, Jim. Pop in there. Wah, wah.
Rumor has it, the Bears might
Rumor has it.
Wait for it.
try to trade for
Say it.
Christian McCaffrey.
What?
What? No.
That's
That
rumor.
guy hasn't been healthy for 20 years.
Christian McCaffrey will be the next guy to just retire early.
Just quit. The next Barry Sanders.
I can't
not
play in
very
this
sane.
city.
So I don't know. Yeah, I
The
mean,
Bears, I couldn't see them doing that. It's too much money. Maybe.
I don't know. Just a rumor.
I like the root for the Bears. Let's hope
So
they
you're
win.
telling me there's a chance?
There is a chance, Jim. Jim's smiling. He's excited.
Jim does. He's good with his little laptop stuff today.
How good?
Yeah, real good.
Look at him.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, let's take a commercial break. Coach Casson just walked in, and we'll talk some Raider baseball. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20.
This is Mickey Morandini, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM, broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings. And joining us now is Coach Caston. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
We talked a little bit before we went on air about how the season is going, and as of late, sounds like the Railers are winning some ball games.
Yeah, last night we played Peoria Richwoods, who is a really good ball team. We ended up winning 10-9 in the 7th on a walk-off. We played Pleasant Plains, who's ranked 2 in 2A. The other night we got beaten extras. We had them beat, and we've been playing. We've won 7 out of our last 8, playing good baseball, and got one more week, and we're in the postseason.
Well, that's every coach says you want to be playing your best game at the end of the season. And do you guys kind of struggle early on? Have something to do with maybe how young your team is, or? Yeah,
I think early on, the first 3-4 weeks, it's not really so-called baseball weather. It's hard to hit. It's
right.
It's between 39 and 50 degrees. It's cold. It's
football season.
Yeah, it is. It's so we struggled hitting, and then as of late our bats have come alive, and we're scoring a lot of runs, and we're hitting the ball, and our pitchers are throwing strikes, and we're trying to go after every game. Yeah.
1 week left in the season, and we're talking regionals here. What's your record?
13-15, and we got 3 games left next week, and then we play Champaign Centennial the first game of our regional.
Okay. 13-15, you won 8 of 9. So I mean, 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's not looking real great for you. But now you're on a little win streak here, and trying to put yourself in a good position to start regionals.
Yeah, and I told the boys last night that once you get to regionals, your record really doesn't even matter anymore.
Right.
So, leading up to it, the seeding matters, but once you get there, it's everybody's 0-0.
0-0, yeah, absolutely. As far as your pitching staff go, who's your ace?
It's been Parker Grau this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we've kind of relied on him. He's done a really good job. He came in last night. He won a game Wednesday. He's just been dialed in. His senior year, just fantastic kid, valedictorian. I mean,
oh yeah,
and he's turned it on all year for his last year. So
yep, good kid.
It's been a fun year coaching him, because last year he didn't get a lot of playing time. He pitched a lot, but we were so senior heavy that it was hard. When you got guys that are good like that, it's hard to get them in. And, I knew he would do everything that he would do this year. So, I mean, he's hitting the ball, he's pitching, he's I've been fortunate enough since I've been here to have good shortstops. I've had a really good shortstop every year, and Parker's kind of came in and just, kept that rolling.
Well, that's good. And, you talk about losing a lot of seniors last year. Now these kids got to step up, and, it sounds like they're really starting to figure it out. And,
Yeah, I knew it would take a little bit, because a lot of them had never been battle tested, so it was kind of, they had to figure out, how to compete. And, Hayes, Shaw, and Komnick, they all got to play last year. Corley was hurt all last year, so we didn't have him. And the other guys, Parker, Austin Lucas, they didn't get a lot of time. So it's been good, and they're starting to come alive just at the right time.
Well, you talk about about Corley being hurt last year, and it sounds like his bats really helped you out this season.
Yeah, I think about that regional championship game last year. We lost 2-1. We were missing Ashton, who was out, hurt all year, and then Drew was hurt with a concussion.
Right.
So our two big bats were out during that game, and luckily this year they've been healthy all year. Both those guys are hitting. I think Corley's hitting 420, and Drew's hitting around 400. So Ashton's got 7 home runs, and Drew's got a couple, and they're just hitting. It's been fun to watch.
Ashton, a lefty? Righty.
He's left-handed. Yeah. Yep. Throws left, bats left.
And fast, and he gets that nice spin down to first base. Huh?
Yep. He can run a little bit, and it's when you got a guy that can hit a ground ball to shortstop and beat it out. That's something I never had. No. I wish
you lead him off.
Yeah. That's something as a coach. I can't teach kids to run fast.
No.
I wish I could, but
you just run faster.
Yeah, run faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there? You guys got on this little run. You weren't clicking on all cylinders before that, but is there something that kind of got you guys going? Was there a play or a game in particular?
We went to Metamora and we got beat 3-2. And that's a good ball club. That's a good ball team. And I think as we kept playing, Morton, we were in the game the whole game. Like these teams that are ranked and 20+ win seasons, and we're hanging around and competing. I think that they see that we could be really good. And we talk a lot about picking each other up. And that's a big thing in baseball, because somebody's not going to go out and have a 4-for-4 game and hit 2 home runs and make every play. So it's just about relying on your players, and if somebody's not having a game, you got to pick them up. Somebody's got to step up. So, and they've been doing that as of late.
You talked about Centennial. That's who you draw.
Yeah.
Is that tell us about them?
I don't know much about them. They got a new coach. It's kind of a funny story that their new coach is Luke Smith. I don't know if you guys have followed college baseball, but if you remember the Louisville guy that told the batter to F off during the game.
Yes.
That guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
That's their new coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a young kid. He's probably 24 or 25.
The pitcher, right?
The pitcher, yeah.
Yeah.
The glass, yeah. Okay, yeah,
so,
I do remember.
So that's their coach, and
really?
He's kind of a wild man, but they've never been very good in the past, and I think he's doing a good job to.
Probably pretty knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable. Yeah. So they're going to be tough. I don't think they're going to have pitchers that are going to get it by us. I think their first 4 guys are the only 4 guys that can swing it. The rest are just there. So we got a good chance, and if we win, we'd play Champaign Central, which would be a rematch from last year.
Last year, yeah.
And we've had battles. It'll be, and it's at Champaign Central, so we can go into their den and
take one.
And after that W, you come home.
After that
right?
W, we come back to Lincoln, which would be the winner.
Awesome.
It'd be Chatham, Rochester, and then I think the other one would be like Effingham, something like that. Yeah.
That's it. And tell us about the conference now. Where's everybody sitting?
Conference is just it's gauntlet. Oh my! It's turning into something like everybody's good. Even Southeast has had a
you told me Southeast was good.
Really good year. They've beaten some good teams. Rochester won the conference. They haven't been beat.
Really?
Yeah. And then U-High and Chatham are right there with 1 or 2 losses.
Right.
And then you got SHG.
Where's SHG then?
They're 4th, 5th. And
wow.
Then, yeah, Jacksonville's tough. They've had a great season. And then Springfield High, of course. And then we're right there with Southeast, and then Landfair is towards the bottom. and MacArthur. And Eisenhower didn't have a team this year. So
Oh, really?
No, they only had 6 kids, I think, go out for the team, so which is too bad.
So that blows my mind. I know they've been struggling in other sports too, football. And
Yeah.
How's a school that size not able to fill a baseball team?
I don't know. And I heard they lost those 2 guards to MacArthur. They're going to MacArthur.
Oh.
They already transferred in. So.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I talked to the MacArthur coach. We played them last week, and he said they're trying to co-op with MacArthur, with Eisenhower next year, which should be fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. But
add some players.
Makes sense.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. So
it's not going out.
No.
It's doing other things.
I mean, we keep going back and blaming COVID for it, which I don't know if you still can or not. But
yeah, I think that's I'm seeing the remnants of the COVID. The freshman class we got's really small, so and that's I figured that now it's going to heat up next year and the year after. There's more kids playing, and there's a couple good groups in town. But yeah, COVID, I mean, I think with all sports hurt numbers.
Were these seniors freshmen COVID?
No. They would have been in 8th grade.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of kids these days are playing travel ball.
Yeah.
So they're really getting back into it. Travel ball seems like the way to go these days. You don't see a lot of the rec baseball.
No.
It's competitive and it's all summer long. Do these kids tend to maybe get burnt out a little bit? Do you think the travel ball's a little much? I mean, especially for your younger kids.
So I think the travel organization in Lincoln, the Splitters, I think they do a really good job of it's more like a hybrid. So they're playing league games during the week, and then they'll maybe play 3 or 4 tournaments. Now I coach a team that's a travel team in the summer as well, and that's a little different. We're going kind of all over. Last year we went to Atlanta. We're Thursday to Tuesday and playing the best teams in the nation. And
how old are kids?
They'll be 16 this year, and we got kids from kind of everywhere. It's a really, really good team, like the highest level you can get for that. So we got one Lincoln guy, Carson Komnick, and the rest of the guys are St. Joe Ogden, Morton kids. I got a kid from North Mac, one from Williamsville, and it's I think there's different levels you need to be at. There's the hybrid version where you're playing some tournaments, you're playing some league games, and then there is the extreme. I'm going to play in college. I want to be seen.
Right.
So it's I think it can burn out a lot of kids, especially if it's a team that's playing a lot of games that's not very good.
Right.
And, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
To just go out every weekend and get beat.
I know in some states, for the younger kids, like grade school level, they're actually canceling baseball seasons in the fall because they're doing travel seasons in spring and fall now.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I think that's
a lot.
That's where you get into your injuries.
Yeah.
I think guys need to, go over. I mean, I remember after my travel season, I'd go right into golf season and play my golf and take a break, and then I'd go right into basketball season and play my basketball season, in high school and not.
Well, you're developing other muscles and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, flexibility and everything else. So, I mean, it's only going to improve your game if you can, broaden what they're doing. But, man, some of these parents, they buy in that their kids are going to college and they're going to be pro, and the chances are they're not going to be either.
No. And I always look back and think about growing up as a kid, the best athletes that I ever got to see, and it was Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders.
Bo was the best.
And Bo was, he ran track. Just a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Football. It was just amazing to watch a guy, and he was really good in baseball too. And he could have
solid.
Yeah.
So on this traveling team that you're on, you see a lot of these pro prospects because of the level you're at?
Yeah. So we'll play like last year we played Nike's national team.
How were they?
They were really good. We ended up beating them.
You did?
Yeah. And they were throwing, 15-year-olds that were 91, 92. Like just things you don't see these kids. You'll go in and you'll play these big national teams, and they have 30 guys on roster, and 15 of them are just pitchers. We don't do that. We only carry 12, and our guys do both.
Right.
We want them to do everything, and it's a different animal when you're playing these teams.
15-year-old throwing 90.
Yeah.
How's his accuracy? I'm just curious.
It wasn't very good.
I was going to say, maybe good for like an inning, and then after that, here we go.
Yeah. There's a kid up in Chicago. It's 102.
Wow.
Lefty. 102.
If he figures out where that ball's going to go, he's going to be something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where it goes. It's 102, Jake.
I'm telling you, it matters. Kids get used to it. 102 is going to be tough for a kid to get used to. But at the same time, if you're not controlling it, he's plunking people.
Yeah.
He's throwing the ball past the catcher half the time. You just wait for your moments, and they open up.
I think that's the biggest thing right now is the arm velocity is what's changed so much from when I played. When I played in high school, if you threw 85,
absolutely.
That was legit. And now if you don't throw 90 plus,
you're average.
You're average.
And how do developing these kids, their arm, being so young, there's got to be limitations, because you don't want to have them go out there and throwing 50 curveballs, sliders, and ruin their arm. So there's got to be a fine line on how you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing now is the weight room. You're seeing younger kids getting in the weight room, lifting weights, throwing heavy balls, which there's an upside and a downside to it. You know?
Because if you're lifting weights, you might lose some of that mobility, flexibility in that arm.
I think it's with everything. I don't think it's just with baseball. You're seeing these kids that are excelling football, excelling basketball. Wrestling's a big one. My son's a wrestler, and he's in 7th grade and he's on a weight program for wrestling. And it's if I just
times have changed.
I wonder what I would have done. If I would have done that, how much better I would have been, or maybe I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So it's crazy the emphasis on weight training and different things than what I would just go out to the backyard with 5-6 buddies and play wiffle ball and and it's just different.
Yeah, back in the day either you had it or you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like, there's programs out there and routines and trainers and,
we got a guy at the high school that does a great job with our lifting program, and like my high school didn't have, like Williamsville didn't have that when I was in school.
Didn't have that.
We had some PE teacher that didn't know
never lifted weights.
I remember the plastic weights and like a bench and
drop it, sand comes out.
Yeah, this dungeon that but it's just it's turning in.
Bob Gibson did okay, and he didn't do any of that stuff.
No
healthy.
And Bo Jackson, I watched that 30 for 30. He didn't lift a lot of weights.
Oh man, he was
just a freak of nature. Yeah.
Bo was unbelievable.
I saw a video of him just the other day. He was in a golf tournament or something, and he pulls up to some kids selling lemonade and throws them a $100 bill for a cup of lemonade. I was like, that's a pretty good time right there.
Yeah.
Remember that one Monday Night Football game, whatever, he took off running like 99 yards for a touchdown and
Kept going through the tunnel.
into the
Yeah.
tunnel, and he was flying.
Yeah,
as big as a lineman and flying.
He was amazing.
He was really amazing on Tecmo Bowl too.
Oh, he was amazing on Tecmo Bowl.
Right, if you get him on your
Every
team,
time he got it, he was a touchdown.
You wanted Bo Jackson and you wanted Lawrence Taylor on
Yep.
defense.
Yeah.
And you're going to win.
Every time. Yeah, no, that was, there's all those forums you talk on social medias and whatnot talking about greatest athletes of all time. And for me, if you're looking at just a period of time where that player's playing, not looking for a long-term career, Bo Jackson was the greatest athlete in history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's I always go back to that catch he made in the outfield where he ran up the wall, kind of on the side. I mean, I'm just like,
yeah, who does that?
if I'd have done that, I'd have been in the hospital.
Yeah. First of all, I was never getting near that ball. So.
You were,
I wouldn't be in the hospital either. I wasn't getting near that ball.
Yeah.
what was it? There was a hit to left field, and I think they were playing the Mariners, and Carl Reynolds was rounding. Yeah, was going from second to home, and he rounds third, and he's like, "Oh, I got this," and the guy on deck's telling him, "Get down." He's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Just a laser.
Slides and just nailed him with a laser from dead left
Yeah.
field, right off the wall.
Yeah.
Just amazing throw.
Yeah.
Not too many guys built like that.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
Bo Jackson and Joe Ryan. The
Too
only,
many
Yeah.
people like it.
only
Two
two
very similar but different
freaks of
athletes.
nature. Yeah.
Similar
I don't know
athletes.
how we got on that subject, but let's get back to some regular baseball. Regionals starting here in a week. Are you kind of setting your roster and your pitching to go into there, or are you just you want to win? How many games you have left in the regular season?
So we got three. We got
What at home, yeah.
Monday's Rantoul. That's actually we started the game. It got rained out, and then we're going to go back and finish it.
Okay.
And then Wednesday and Saturday, and then we turn around Wednesday that next week, 6:30 at Champaign Central. So in the past, what I've done with the regionals is I set us up to, I throw my one in the championship game, which last year was Wyatt.
Yep.
To give us the best shot to win. This year, I'm going to do something different. We got to get to the championship game because we can't. If we don't get there, we have no chance of winning.
Yeah, and you're just wasting that arm,
Yeah. So we're going to do whatever we need to do to win that first game, and then see what happens at the championship game. Right. So
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
I don't know about that, but we got to get there, and we're gonna do everything we can once we do get there to try to win it.
I'm sure we talked about this before, but in the past. But is there a pitch count?
Yeah.
Or so you could.
So regular
Technically,
season, it's 105. They can throw 105. In the postseason, they can throw 115. So let's say Parker goes out the first game and throws 110. He can't pitch Saturday.
Right.
Now, if I keep him under 60, I could bring him back Saturday to come in.
Okay.
So depending on the score,
Right.
if you got a good-sized lead and your pitcher's, at 55 pitches and you want to take him out and
Right.
use them again,
Yeah.
you can. And, that's kind of what happened last night was Parker had 60 pitches left from his previous outing on Wednesday. He kept his pitch count down. And he threw 60 on Wednesday, so he had 60 left yesterday.
Okay.
And he ended up coming in the game and shutting him down for 3 innings, and we got the W. So it is like a chess.
Yeah. So
you're playing
really
chess.
It all depends.
And we got 5 pitchers that we've kind of relied on this year, and only 1 senior. So, Bryce Volakovich, he's thrown. Bryce has thrown the biggest games for us all year.
Really?
He's faced SHG, he's faced Chatham, he's faced Pleasant Plains, he's pitched against Rochester. I mean,
That's fun.
He's gotten the hardest starts out of any of our pitchers this year, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So, and I tell him, I said, this is what's going to make you better. Is pitching against the big dogs, and
we could get some meat on his bones, and
I mean, he's
why he doesn't get on his dad's diet? Matt, are you listening?
No,
I'm sure Bryce is a little more active and burns those calories off. But
he's Bryce has got the frame, and he's left-handed. He could be something really, really good.
It could be the next Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, so I want to back up a second on the pitch count.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a coach, you're keeping track of that for the benefit of the player.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you could be in these places where other schools where it's all about winning.
Yeah.
And they're going to let that kid go. Who checks that?
That's a good question. So the IHSA has a database. So after every game, I have to put in our pitch counts, and it has to correlate to the game changer. So, like, if somebody goes on our game changer and sees Parker Grau threw 60 pitches, and then I went into the game, I went into the database and put in 45, that would be, like, you can get in a lot of trouble.
Well, I would say,
yeah. Like,
awesome.
and what's cool about that is I can look at every single team's pitch counts in the whole state. So, like,
really?
we were playing Richwoods last night. I can go in and see, okay, these two guys can't pitch. They're going to throw this guy. So it's kind of cool to where, everybody's holding each other accountable, right. And, it's
kind of cool, but technology kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
something else to keep track of.
It can hurt you,
yeah,
or it can benefit you.
It is. So, you have to put them in after every game.
Right.
So even JV guys. So that way it says on there, like, okay, Parker threw 60 Saturday and Sunday. It'll say rest. Monday he can throw 60. Tuesday he can throw 75. So it works out.
I mean, it helps out as a coaching staff. You can go in and see that.
Yeah. Yep.
And like you said, when you're scouting other teams, you can go in there and look at it as well.
Yeah.
Kind of set your lineup to what they're going to be throwing at you.
So if you know that, or as a coach, do you sometimes sit and this guy's coming in and you can see and go, oh, this guy's only got 25 pitches left?
Yeah.
Take. Everybody gets take.
Yeah, we're running up his pitch count. Yeah. So Richwoods had a guy like that last night. They brought him in and he was on pitch count, and he was really good. And the 7th inning, they ended up having to take him out. So they put in a different guy, and Austin Lucas got a hit, and he stole second base, and Jaden Goley got up and hit a little blooper over the second baseman's head, and we ended up winning the game. So
storm the field.
Yeah, they kind of did. It's kind of funny because we've had 2 walk-offs since I've been here, and both of them, Austin Lucas was on the bases.
Really?
Oh.
And both of them were a little bitty flare to right field.
Walk-offs are fun.
Yeah. Do you teach the kids to be able to foul balls off, trying to run that pitch count up? You guys practice?
Yeah, kids do that.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Foul ball.
I'm going to foul this one off.
Yeah.
Just wondered.
Like, that's why I tell them you have good at bats. We talked about that a little last night. If you have good at bats where you can make the pitcher throw 8-9 pitches, it runs his pitch count up. So
deep in that count.
It's.
Man, it's such a frustrating game.
But they're high schoolers.
They are.
Sometimes, telling them to go deep in that count, they get a little antsy and, but.
Well, and so often you get that 4th or 5th pitch that you thought was your pitch, and you just slice it off or whatever, and you're just like, that was it.
Yeah.
And you get in your own head a little bit, so it gets hard to get to that 6th, 7th pitch.
Yeah.
Getting to that 8th pitch is almost impossible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you want to hit in hitters counts. You know what I mean? Like 2-0, 2-1, 3-1.
Absolutely.
Like you get there. I mean, you could see on the major league averages.
Oh, yeah.
Like with 2 strikes, major leaguers are hitting like 120.
Yeah.
But with 2 balls, no strikes, they're hitting like 400.
Yeah.
So, and we talk a lot about that, and it's hard for guys to wrap their head around it, but,
Well, the best ever, that was Ichiro.
Oh yeah.
It didn't matter what the count was.
No.
It was 300, and then if he had 2 strikes, it actually went up to like 320 or something
That's
like that.
great.
It also
And so-
comes down to who's behind the plate umpiring. What's their strike zone look like? And
Yeah.
is that something that you you go in and look and see who's behind the plate and see, how big their strike zone is or how little it is?
Yeah, I mean, this year, a lot of the umpires, it's been like soup can. Like, you got to throw it right over the plate. Like, you got to throw it through a soup can. Some I've had in the past will give you that,
Give you that 2 or
6 inches
3.
outside,
yeah.
and they'll give you that. But this year, it's been really tight. It's been better for the hitters.
Yeah.
It's, we don't always get, like, we threw a lot of pitches away last night and we weren't getting the calls. So, yeah.
Are you seeing any more young umpires coming in, or is it still?
We're seeing more younger umpires coming in, but I would say the average age is still
Pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say maybe 10 umpires we've had this year umped me when I was 12, 13 years old.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
I remember the old days, like where you went up to the plate and Wiener Leeson was back there. You guys know Wiener? Wiener Leeson was back there. He just looked at me and go, Joe, anywhere around it's a strike, so swing the bat. And you just knew before you got up there.
We actually had Blake Horn.
Yeah.
We talked about it on here. Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, and he's he does a great job umpiring.
He was umpiring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did the field and he does a good job, and I think it's kind of funny our guys are batting and you see Blake out there
Blake's
too.
out there.
I'm just like,
That's got to be awkward.
Yeah.
I better
He's
get
giving
a
high
call.
fives to our players running around the
Hey
base.
man, what are you doing after the game? You want to get together tonight?
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. Like, we were over at Clinton and Parker Grau hit a home run, and I'm watching him rounding the bases, and Blake's out there on the field, and Parker's smiling, and Blake turned around. I don't know if he smiled or not, but it was just kind of a cool moment.
That is cool.
Yeah, stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to let the boys over at Blackburn know that Blake Horn can do some umpiring.
He can, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Get him a little extra cash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, umpire, there's a lot of extra cash nowadays.
Yeah, there is.
Amazing.
It's
amazing.
like everybody's raising their rates right now
Yeah.
because they can't find umpires, especially at the junior high level.
Oh, yeah, softball and baseball same. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the softball gig, that would be kind of, you got an hour game, you go umpire and quick.
Yeah.
Well, if they make the parents watch it on TV, it'd
That's the
probably
thing.
be more umpires.
Yeah, that's the thing. It gets a little
Make them
wild.
sit in an air-conditioned room, get away from the kids.
Put them all together, yes, like in the cafeteria, and they watch inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the aspect of getting on an umpire, I think that's a part of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
there is some of that.
Yeah.
I know when my daughter was playing, I would go up and I would sit behind the umpire, and a lot of them I'd get to kind of know, and I'd be ribbing them, and they actually enjoyed it. The little give and
Did
take.
they?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
No, some of them did. You know what? It's guys like
I'm with.
Yeah.
no,
they enjoy
no,
it?
I'm telling you, a lot of them do. It's the parents that go out there and take it as if their kids are the best player that should have ever played. And how can you do that to my kid? I mean, I was always, especially with my kid, very realistic in their capabilities. And like, I would be giving him hell, and he's like, "Yeah, she doesn't stand a chance against this girl, right?" I was like, "Oh yeah. Absolutely no chance." But it was always a give and take thing, and I always had a lot of fun with it. But you had to have a rapport with an umpire to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You can't just go out there and get in his face for no reason.
No, yeah. See, I don't even, like, if they're making bad calls, like, I don't even talk to them. I kind of give them the cold shoulder, and that's like, I'm just not going to engage because
Well, you're a
What's it
coach,
going to
too.
get you?
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
like I've never been thrown out of a high school game. I've never even, so I'm not going to even engage with.
Probably should.
Yeah.
I mean, get
Just
that on your
one.
resume.
Get that on there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just once.
So who do you have helping you coach this year? I know.
So we got Coach E.
Yeah, Coach E's back. That's got to feel pretty good,
Yeah,
right?
he's an awesome guy, and he's great with the kids. And we got Josh Komnick, so he does a good job. We got JD.
Okay.
JD Eigenbrod.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Jay. Jay's coaching the JV team, and he's doing a really good job. I think they got 3 or 4 games left, and then they're done. And then Coach Brennan, he's a buddy of mine from Williamsville. He's the only coach that I've had since I started, so he's the only one left. He coaches first base. Our staff's really good. We care about the kids, and we want the kids to do well. And at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of pressure put on kids. Especially with high school sports. But it's high school sports.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not playing for the Yankees.
Right.
Like, you're not getting paid. So we try to keep it as real as we can.
Right.
So
Let them have fun,
Yeah,
And
that's in 20 years, they're not going to know that they beat Richwoods 10-9, but they're going to know how fun it was. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely. How's Komnick in the coach's box? I know how he is up in the broadcasting box during basketball.
Yeah,
he tends to forget we're on air.
Yeah,
and
he gets a little intense.
He's a little animated, but I love it.
He's actually putting on a tournament this weekend in Lincoln, and there's 12 teams, and 6 I think are staying the night at the hotels.
Yeah, really.
So I mean, that's that's big for our community to bring in money to the businesses, and these you got these fields, you got these teams that want to play. It's just to set it up, use the fields, and get some revenue into the city here.
Sure,
and that's a big deal. So I'm glad he's putting that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what age group's that?
I think it's 11 or 12.
I think it's only 12.
12, yeah. I saw they started at 9 at the junior high and the high school. I stopped by, and I'll go back and check out some 12U baseball and, watch a little bit.
Aren't you headed somewhere this weekend or no? With your team?
No, with my high school.
Oh, that's
team?
this summer.
Yeah, summer. Yeah.
When's that start and when's it end?
Starts. I think our first game's like the second weekend of June, and then it'll end the end of July. And it's
so solid 6-8 weeks.
Solid. Yeah, we're going to Kansas City. We're going to Iowa, Wisconsin, Memphis. So I mean, it's. I enjoy it because, you get to see high-level baseball.
Right. That'd be cool.
How does the family take it? I mean, because let's face it, that eats up your summer.
It does. So what we do is so my kids, their seasons are going to end the end of June.
Okay.
So, and my daughter, she's in softball. They play a lot in April. Like, they've already played 25 games or 20 games in April and May. And then my boys' team, they've probably played 20. So they probably got another 20 left. And, they come along.
Yeah.
We kind of turn it into a little vacation.
Family vacation.
And then, at the end of in August, we always take a big family vacation.
There you go.
And there is a week in there, or 2 weeks in there where we have a tournament off.
Right.
So, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
No, and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
It is hard, though,
matters.
with the baby, since I had a baby last April. Yeah. And then the 2 other ones. So it's the baby kind of threw a wrench in everything.
You planning anymore?
They'll do that.
No.
They'll do that.
Yeah. Like a 1-year-old is it's pretty
A little bit of work.
It's like,
yeah, I mean, I woke up this morning and just like there was tennis balls, baseballs, gloves. Just it looked like somebody was rummaging through our house, and it was the 1-year-old just throwing stuff all over the
you
place.
just leave it.
I did. I'm just gonna leave
They're
it.
just gonna get it out. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Keeps you young. But Joe knows all about that.
Staying young? Yep, sure do.
So no game today. That's got to be probably
No.
not too many Saturdays that you don't have a game, and
No, it's been.
it's hard to get you in here.
We played 5 this week.
Oh,
So I told
you need a break.
If the boys want to come out and hit today, if you feel like you want to hit, you can come out and we'll be out at the field. Josh and I will be out at the field, and we can.
see
That's
how-
Josh right now calling me.
Yeah, you tell Comnick that.
Tell him you're busy. He wants you to come
Yeah,
umpire.
I don't know
He
what
said
it
he's
is.
looking for another ump. He needs an
Yeah.
umpire. We need to have a little day where we come out and hit.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Put that on the cheap seats.
Let's go to the cheap say. Let's go out and hit.
Home run derby.
I want to see if I can hit the ball anymore. I don't think I,
I want to
can.
see that too.
I don't think I can, but
With those knees,
it's locked up. This one's locked up. I'm good.
good.
Huh? Well, we're going to see who can hit the baseball.
Be pretty cool.
Jake's in. Look at him smile.
After about 5 swings, I'm wondering how bad my back will hurt.
Well, we're going to start off bunting.
Yes, bunting contest.
Yes.
And then you got to run to first, and you're.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
And you're like,
Dave's okay, we're done. We're all out on that.
Yeah, there's no running to first. I know that.
Softball rules: if you hit it out, you ain't got to run.
Wiffle ball. That's it.
That's it. It's the way to go.
Yeah.
Well, Coach,
Right.
thanks for coming in today. It's hard for us to get you in on our Saturdays just because, of the
fun.
schedule, and we always enjoy having you. Regionals next week, 3 games left in the regular season, and it sounds like you guys are on a roll. That's got to feel pretty good as a coaching staff to get these guys where you want them to be.
yeah, it does.
And-
It's just a little. I wish it would have happened a little earlier, but I'm glad it's happened.
Well, I mean, you look at, you say you've got 4 other younger classmen pitching.
Yeah.
So next year, hopefully, it's a smoother transition.
Yeah,
for you.
absolutely.
I'm sure you're going to have spots that you're going to need to fill. You're losing your center fielder,
Yeah.
one of your better bats, and
Left fielder.
yeah. And so, it's like that every year, though.
It is.
It's nothing new to you. You're going to lose seniors, and
Yeah.
that's why it's important to get these younger guys some playing time, some action, get
Yeah.
them acquainted to varsity baseball, because
Absolutely.
there's a difference between junior high, JV, and varsity. It's
It's
just
a
Really?
big difference.
a big difference.
I really didn't know.
Well, now you do.
We're having you in here after this regional victory, this regional championship, to talk about the sectional.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That might even be the day that we pitch. And so,
Yeah.
All right, go out and hit.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
going to say, you
there
want
you
to.
go.
Well, I'm out on the pitching. I'm not.
No, we're not pitching. We're hitting. And Lloyd, you're catching.
I feel like we're doing none of it.
Catching on video. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck.
Hey,
Let's
thanks.
wrap up the regular season strong and hit those regionals running. And
All right.
show those Champaign boys what Lincoln's got.
Yeah. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
Did I say something stupid?
Generally speaking.
Well, that's,
I always look to Lloyd because he doesn't miss anything. It's fine. You're good.
I guess I said
It had
something
nothing
stupid.
to do with you.
Okay. Well, whenever Lloyd looks like that, there's something on tape, and or on video. It's
Video, I
not
was gonna
tape
say, on
anymore.
tape.
On hard drive. Sorry, Lloyd. So. All right. Well, Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you hopefully here in a week or 2.
Yep.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for us today here on the Cheap Seats. Want to thank Coach Casson for coming in and making the last 45 minutes of this show respectable, because the first 15 minutes were crap. So we'll talk to you next week.
Good day.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.